Welcome to Stars X. Stairway to Heaven, Whole Lotta Love, Kashmir. Some songs don't just get played, they become part of people's lives. They echo in the halls of history, shaping the way music is felt, understood, and created. There are bands that make music, and then there are bands that redefine it. Led Zeppelin didn't just play rock, they transformed it. From blues and folk to the heaviest, loudest sounds the world had ever heard, Zeppelin's music became the very foundation of hard rock and heavy metal. But how did four musicians from England rise to become the gods of rock? What led to their sudden end? And where did they go after the music stopped? Jimmy Page, guitarist. A London-born guitarist, Page started as a session musician, playing for artists like the Rolling Stones, the Kinks, and the Who, before joining the Yardbirds. His work with the Yardbirds gave him a taste of rock stardom, but when the band collapsed in 1968, he was left searching for something bigger. Robert Plant, vocalist. A young singer from the West Midlands, Plant was obsessed with American blues and rock and roll. He played in small-time bands like Band of Joy, where he met drummer John Bonham. John Paul Jones, bassist and keyboardist. A highly skilled musician and arranger, Jones worked behind the scenes for major artists like Donovan and Dusty Springfield before Page recruited him. John Bonham, drummer. A Birmingham-born drummer with unmatched power and groove, Bonham was nicknamed Bonzo and had a reputation for playing louder than anyone. Page wanted Bonham badly, but Bonham was hesitant. It took 40 telegrams from Page and Plant to convince him to join. Originally, they were supposed to be a new version of the Yardbirds, but they needed a new identity. The name? It came from a joke by Keith Moon of The Who said their band would go down like a lead balloon. Instead of taking offense, Page made it legendary. Led Zeppelin was born. In 1969, Led Zeppelin released their first album, simply titled Led Zeppelin 1. It was a mix of blues, rock, and thunderous energy that no one had heard before. Critics hated it, but the fans, they went crazy. From the haunting Dazed and Confused to the electrifying Good Times, Bad Times, the album introduced the world to something different. And Zeppelin wasn't slowing down. Then came Led Zeppelin 2, the album that truly made them superstars. With hits like Whole Lotta Love, Zeppelin had officially arrived. By 1970, they were headlining stadiums across the world and outselling even the Beatles. But Zeppelin wasn't just about volume. In 1971, they released Led Zeppelin 4, featuring the most legendary rock song ever written, Stairway to Heaven. With this album, Led Zeppelin became untouchable. Zeppelin wasn't just the biggest band in the world, they were the wildest. With albums like Houses of the Holy and Physical Graffiti, they pushed rock to new limits. Their concerts became legendary events. But behind the scenes, things were getting darker. Drugs, alcohol, and burnout started catching up to them. But nothing would prepare them for what came next. In 1977, Robert Plant's 5-year-old son Carrick died suddenly, devastating the singer. Zeppelin took a break, but tragedy struck again in 1980. John Bonham drank 40 shots of vodka in one night and never woke up. He was only 32 years old. Without Bonham, Zeppelin wasn't Zeppelin. And so, on December 4th, 1980, they made it official. Led Zeppelin was over. Robert Plant went solo, releasing hit albums and experimenting with different styles. Jimmy Page worked on soundtracks and formed supergroups, but never found Zeppelin-level success. John Paul Jones became a producer and later joined Them Crooked Vultures with Dave Grohl. There were brief reunions, but no full comeback. In 2007, they reunited for one night only. It was historic. But after that, Led Zeppelin remained silent. And yet, their music never faded. Today, their albums still sell millions, their songs still inspire new generations, and their legacy, that will live on forever. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe.